Hi, I'm Mary, and welcome back to Being Mary, where we talk about growing older, staying curious, and living fully in the chapter we're in. So today's conversation is a little different, and it's one I've been sitting with. We're talking about healing, and not in the traditional way. We're going to explore what it means to reconnect with yourself, especially after emotional pain. I recently had an experience with energy healing, and I'll be honest, I'm still processing it. So today I've invited my good friend Maggie Whitcroft to join me to help us better understand this work and to explore what healing can look like even when you're not quite sure what to expect. So Maggie, I'm really glad you're here with me today. Before we get into the conversation, can you share a little bit about what you do in your own words?
Well, thank you, Mary, for allowing me to be a guest on your podcast. I am an intuitive energy healer and a spiritual life coach.
Yeah.
And I help women who are over 40, who maybe are feeling disconnected from themselves, or maybe they're suffering from an emotional trauma that has happened in their life. And I help them find their balance again and bring them back to feeling grounded and safe.
So, first question right off the bat, why do you choose over 40?
I feel that women in this age group are more similar to than me. So we have much more relatable experiences and life experiences together.
Oh, for sure. That makes total sense. Yeah, total sense. So for someone who's never experienced this before, how would you explain energy healing?
Energy healing is, we are all made up of energy. So we're all energy. So even, if somebody has a heart problem and we can bring their hearts back to start again with an electrical charge. So we need to understand that we are full of energy. We are energetic bodies. And so when we work with the energy in our bodies, we can free up some of that emotional pain that we're suffering and allow it to release it.
Well, that starts to make sense to me now. It's sinking in. So what actually happens during a session that you run?
So usually I have my clients who are in my healing room. They're lying down on a massage table, and I make sure that they're comfy. I have a nice comfy pillow and blanket for them. And so I just make sure that they're comfy, and I'll play some nice music so that they can relax.
So I noticed when you did my healing that it was done in silence. You didn't speak, you didn't make any noise yourself. Why is that?
So typically you don't speak in that type of a healing session. It allows the client to be still with themselves and quiet. And so I do like to play some meditation music, and that also allows them to relax and get out of their head.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So tell me, who is this for and who tends to be drawn to this kind of work?
So women who are feeling overwhelmed, or maybe they're feeling stuck, or maybe they're seeing certain patterns in their life that's repeating, and they're repeating the same sort of actions in a loop or behaviors. And so they come to for me to help them figure out what it is that is that's making them feel stuck, so we can release that out. And maybe sometimes they come and it's just for relaxation, so it's like a relaxation technique as well, and they're allowed to just be quiet and still and relax fully.
So some of this is working with the energy within our bodies to get it moving through us freer, just to let go of some of that stuck energy or tension or stress.
Yes, so sometimes when we have emotions, we think that they're in our minds, we get stuck in our heads, but oftentimes we're stuck in our body. The emotion gets stuck inside of our body, so in our energy that we have. So I also work with chakras, and so I will help balance each chakra so the energy is balanced, and then that way they can release any negative energy, and we can open up those chakras, balance them, and then they can have a free flow of energy from the crown chakra all the way down to the root chakra, allowing them to feel grounded and safe.
That makes sense. We have a guest here. And what is the guest's name?
This is Hastings.
Hastings. There he is.
Hastings doesn't want to be left out.
No. So you may see Hastings going back and forth here once in a while because he likes to be close to Maggie here. Maggie, so when someone's done one of these sessions, these healing energy sessions, what do women usually come out feeling like?
So if they're feeling overly overwhelmed, then when they have a session, it allows their body to and their mind to relax. So through that stillness of being able to sort of let yourself go and just be, then that's going to allow them to feel much more grounded, feel that they can breathe again, and be able to live and feel joy. So rather than them always being stuck in their heads, they're able to release it on their own easier as well.
So as you go through this, does it require the person to do like a little bit of meditation as it's happening? Or just stay still?
They can just lay still.
Yep.
I can do guided meditation if somebody's having difficulty being able to relax fully and let their thoughts go. It's not, if you're not used to it, it's something that I can add that in at the beginning, where we just do a guided meditation to help you relax fully, and so you can enjoy just that time to yourself and
that's a good idea. Yeah, that helps. I want to share a little bit about my own experience because I think some listeners might relate to this. So for me, it was very quiet. It's very different than anything I had done before. And I realized that I didn't fully understand what was happening in the moment. And I found myself afterwards just trying to make sense of it all. So is that normal?
It can be. People can find that happens sometimes. And I don't know that it's unusual, but especially if you're new to this, right, kind of work. If you haven't been introduced to it before, you might be, thinking it's sounding a little woo-woo, right? but there's science behind it, and we know we're energy. And we know we all have our own energy fields. Yeah. And so once you have that awareness, right, then you're able to expand on that and learn more about it. And maybe you want to come and try a session.
Yeah, that really helps because sometimes people need more than one session to get the full effects. Is that true?
It can.
Can be.
Sometimes some people just want to have that time so they can relax and just feel they can let things go. Now, if it's a deeper, like a deep-rooted conflict that they're having inside, or they've experienced some sort of trauma, emotional trauma in a relationship, that is where it can get stuck in your body. And sometimes you might not even know why you're stuck. So it just takes, in that instance, it will take some time and some more sessions to, and that's how intuitively I can help you figure out what needs to be released as well. So as the spiritual life coach side of me, I also would work with you on understanding that we all have automatic negative thoughts and we want to change those to automatic positive thoughts. So
Right.
doing some rewiring the nervous system and rewiring of the brain as well.
I have to tell you that after I had the energy healing with Maggie, I had all these questions because there was things I just didn't understand. But she sat and she talked with me for, we probably spent a good 20 minutes or more chatting, and she really helps you walk through what has happened to the energy in your body and what was happening. It just kind of settled everything for me, and I think I should have another one because now that I understand what is actually happening and what was going on, I think I would benefit from a second session a little bit more. Yeah. Now, let me ask you here. Let me see. So why does this is a tricky one here, because why does the body sometimes stay in survival mode even after a situation in their life is over? Does this have to do with our energy?
It can. Oftentimes, when we've had a trauma in our life, or if we've had an emotional trauma from a relationship, and it's been with us for a long time, then we start to get programmed in a way and conditioned that we start thinking the same way over and over again. And so that, even though that situation, you might be out of that situation has ended, or maybe it happens a long, long time ago, we still just get it, stay stuck in our bodies because that's how we're remembering it. And so it doesn't leave our energy, and we're programmed that way. And so this is also why I like to incorporate the work of spiritual life coaching, because then we can talk about some of these patterns, where they're coming from, but also incorporating the mind and the body together, and releasing that. So we can learn to rewire our nervous systems and our brains all at the same time. And then when you relearn how to do that and you have a better thought pattern, things start to change. And when your energy starts to change, then you start attracting better things into your life. And then you can start to feel joy in your life again.
Yeah, that is true. Let's bring it back here a little bit. For someone listening who may not be ready for a session, what's one small thing they can do to start to feel more grounded or connected?
If this is really new work for you, then I would suggest one of the easiest, and it's a very common thing to do. You know, somebody might say to you when you're feeling stressed, just breathe, right? Just breathe. Well, that's actually, the body reacts to our breathing, and it takes us out of fight and flight mode.
Isn't that amazing?
And out of survival mode, right? So if you just kind of close your eyes, and take your hand, put it over your heart, and we are connected through our hearts to life force energy. So that's the energetic part. But when we close our eyes and we place our hands over our heart, and we just take in some nice slow breaths through your nose, hold it for a second or two, and then slowly exhale through your mouth. And if you do that 2, 3, or 4 times, your body is going to naturally come back into a state of feeling better and grounded, and it will take you out of that fight or flight mode, and then you'll feel more balanced. And it's the easiest thing you can do. It's just takes a minute to do it, and it's incredible what a difference just that little technique can do.
I totally am on board with that, and I'm seeing that more and more in other health podcasts that I'm watching all the time about our deep breathing and relaxing our body through that, or helping you sleep at night. I really get that. That's huge. So I want to thank Maggie for sharing everything that she has today with us. And I think what I'm taking away from this conversation is that healing doesn't look the same for everyone. I think we know that. And sometimes it starts with simply being open to something new. And maybe that's enough. Now, I'm going to put in the comments all Maggie's information because I'm sure you have questions for her and we can't cover everything here right now. So Maggie would love for you to reach out to her. Again, we'll put all that information in the comments and reach out to her with your questions. You want to book a session, anything you want to know about this is the person to call for it. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So until next time, this is Being Mary, and remember, the best chapters are still ahead.